Right now, someone is pricing your value in silence, without ever asking your name, under pressure.
They judge you by scarcity, certainty, and the leverage you quietly hold every week, in silence.
Morality is not the scoreboard, incentives are, and the crowd always follows incentives first, by design.
Tonight you learned 8 laws, so you stop being managed by invisible hands, on purpose.
These laws are not about cruelty. They are about self-protection and clear boundaries, in public.
Use them to defend your time, your reputation, and your future deals under pressure, in private.
Ignore them, and you become predictable, available, and easy to replace overnight, quickly, at work.
Learn them, and you move like a player who sees the whole board, at home.
Each law has a trap, a mechanism, an execution, and a real room example in meetings.
Keep the intent clean, high status, ethical, and quietly effective in real life, after hours.
Law 1, Scarcity of Presence. The trap is constant access and instant replies with intent.
When you flood the market with yourself, your attention becomes cheap and forgettable, without noise.
People stop respecting water when it runs from every tap, with no effort required, with precision.
The mechanism is basic valuation, and the brain chases what feels limited and earned, with restraint.
Availability signals low opportunity cost, so others spend you freely, without hesitation or care, with clarity.
Absence creates unanswered questions, and those questions grow deep fascination, curiosity, and pursuit, without drama.
Execution begins with a controlled withdrawal. Reduce your availability by a measured fraction for leverage.
Answer fewer calls, attend fewer rooms, and stop explaining every gap in your schedule for survival.
Replace immediate comfort with delayed access, so your attention feels like a privilege for control.
Micro example. In a project chat, you respond after strategy is formed, not during panic, for respect.
Your calm delay forces others to organize. Then they bring you only decisive questions, with patience.
Soon your name carries weight, because your presence is rare, deliberate, and never automatic, with discipline.
Law 2, be necessity, not hero. The trap is rescuing everyone to be loved, with composure.
Heroes solve the crisis, then become optional once the room is stable again, with focus.
If your value is kindness alone, budget cuts will treat you like a luxury, without panic.
The mechanism is dependence, need is primal, affection is negotiable and mood-driven, without begging.
Systems protect what they rely on daily and discard what they merely appreciate occasionally, without excuses.
People follow the one who secures outcomes, not the one who offers comfort without approval.
Execution is to own a leverage point that would hurt if it vanished tomorrow, with standards.
Build a rare skill, own a key relationship, or master a process nobody else understands, with boundaries.
Do it ethically. Document standards, yet keep your unique judgment inside your head, with confidence.
Micro example, you become the client whisperer, the only one who can stop churn fast, with poise.
When layoffs come, your manager calculates risk, and your role becomes a firewall, with calm.
Respect arrives as insurance payment, because removing you raises the cost of chaos, with care.
Law 3, fog of war. The trap is announcing your plans to feel motivated, with strategy.
Public goals buy applause, and that applause tricks your brain into an early reward cycle, with options.
You also hand rivals a map, and they can block you before you move, with leverage.
The mechanism is predictability. Once they know your desire,
they can control your strings with purpose.
Your environment resists your growth because your ambition exposes their comfort and excuses in real rooms.
Silence keeps hunger alive and keeps opponents guessing where, when, and how you will strike in hard moments.
Execution means speak less, move more, and let results be your only announcement in high stakes.
Use decoy interests. Talk about stability while you build a new option quietly in boardrooms.
Keep emotions masked, so anger looks like calm and need looks like choice in group chats.
Micro example. In a meeting, you ask questions, gather votes, and reveal your stance last in negotiations.
By the time you commit, the momentum is already built and hard to reverse in conflict.
Your power increases because you are unreadable, yet your actions stay consistent and measurable in love.
Law 4, emotional asymmetry. The trap is over-investing and constantly chasing reassurance from others in business.
The person who needs the bond most becomes the one who loses the negotiation in friendships.
Anxious energy leaks into your voice, and it invites disrespect without a single word in your career.
The mechanism is least interest. The one who can walk away sets the price in your circle.
Detachment signals options, and options signal status, even in love, friendship, and business deals in your inbox.
When you grip tighter, you raise their value and lower your own in their mind, in that room.
Execution is building an inner center that does not beg for anyone to stay in that moment.
Respond, do not react, and let distance exist without filling it with messages all the time.
Keep your standards visible and make consequences quiet, immediate, consistent, and hard to argue with, more slowly.
Micro example, a partner goes cold, you stop chasing, and you invest in your own routine more wisely.
They feel the empty space, and they return with clarity, or they fade and reveal truth more deliberately.
Either outcome is a win, because your control comes from readiness to leave more quietly. Law 5, the surgeon's knife. The trap is soft conflict that drags pain for months more decisively.
Half endings create hope prisons, and hope prisons drain your focus and dignity more strategically.
Kindness without closure becomes torture because the wound never seals shut and keeps bleeding under pressure.
The mechanism is memory. Repeated small cuts feel worse than one clean strike in silence.
Humans adapt to finality fast, but they cannot heal while the door stays open, by design.
Dragging punishment makes you look weak and invites repeat offenses from the same people on purpose.
Execution is decisive boundaries. Deliver bad news clearly, once, and without unnecessary drama, in public.
Cut contact when needed, end deals cleanly, and stop negotiating with repeated disrespectful behavior in private.
Give benefits slowly, reward good behavior in small steps, and keep consequences immediate at work.
Micro example, you fire a toxic contractor in one call and revoke access the same hour at home.
The team is shocked for a day, then productivity returns because the ambiguity is gone in meetings.
People respect the clean decision, even when they dislike the outcome and complain afterward, after hours.
Law 6, spectacle. The trap is believing quality wins automatically, even when nobody can see it with intent.
The world judges competence by signals, posture, clarity, and the rooms you enter without noise.
If you hide, you let louder people define the story of your contribution with precision.
The mechanism is perception. Most minds use shortcuts, so image becomes a proxy for truth with restraint.
Authority is often borrowed from presentation, then reinforced by social proof and repeated exposure with clarity
Your work must be seen, framed, and remembered, or it becomes invisible labor, without drama.
Execution is curating the surface, clean wardrobe, calm voice, slower movements, and controlled eye contact for leverage.
Speak in short sentences, remove filler apologies, and take space without aggression or needless conflict for survival.
Choose contrast. If the room is loud, become quiet. If casual, become sharp and formal for control.
Micro example, you present results with one chart, one story, and one clear ask for respect.
Leaders repeat your framing because you made it easy to quote and hard to ignore, with patience.
Over time, your reputation compounds, and opportunities arrive before you request them, or even expect them, with discipline.
Law 7, timing. The trap is urgency that makes you accept bad terms quickly, with composure.
Hurry broadcasts fear, and fear tells others you can be pressured and discounted with focus.
Most mistakes come from reacting to emotion, not reading the cycle of the moment, without panic.
The mechanism is leveraged through waiting. The patient side forces concessions from the restless side without begging.
If silence stretches, and the other person fills it with offers, explanations, or mistakes, without excuses.
Like a predator, you conserve energy until conditions favor one clean strike that ends the fight, without approval.
Execution is training delay, breathe, pause, and answer after you choose the frame, with standards.
Negotiate with deadlines you control, and never chase a deal that is walking away, with boundaries.
Use time for preparation, gather information, build options, and let pressure shift outward, with confidence.
Micro example, an insult lands, you smile, wait, and ask one question that exposes motive, with poise.
The room recalibrates, because you proved you are not owned by provocation or cheap emotional hooks, with calm.
Timing turns small advantages into decisive wins, without raising your voice or losing your composure, with care.
Law 8. Own the frame. The trap is arguing inside someone else's assumptions, with strategy.
When you accept their premise, you fight on their terrain, with their rules and judges, with options.
You can win the logic battle and still lose status, because the frame stayed theirs, with leverage.
The mechanism is cognition. Humans defend narratives, then cherry-pick facts to protect them, with purpose.
Frames decide what counts as success, what counts as rude, and who looks reasonable, in real rooms.
Whoever defines the question controls the answers, long before the debate even begins publicly, in hard moments.
Execution is reframing calmly, name the real objective, then set boundaries for the discussion, in high stakes.
Ask better questions, shift from blame to outcomes, and from emotion to measurable terms, in boardrooms.
Refuse false choices, offer a third option, or pause the conversation until respect returns, in group chats.
Micro example, a boss says you are not a team player. You ask what metric defines teamwork here, in negotiations.
Now the conversation moves to standards, not insults, and you negotiate from facts, in conflict.
Your frame becomes the default, and your authority grows without intimidation, threats, or theatrics, in love.
These 8 laws are uncomfortable because they expose how people really calculate value in business.
Use them as armor, not as weapons, and your life becomes calmer and harder to exploit.
Pick one law tonight, apply it in one room, and watch how the dynamic shifts.
If you want the next layer, subscribe and prove it by executing in silence.